While I connect to Facebook, we'll be getting started in just a second here. Hope you're doing well. Again, we'll be getting started momentarily. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody, welcome to another video of the Strategic Swing Trader. I am Sami Abu Saad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well, hope you're enjoying the weekend so far. We're gonna get started. We're gonna take a look at some swing ideas for next week. We're also gonna look at the market and analyze it. But before we do that, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. If you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link for that is in the description below the video. But without further ado, let's get started by taking a look at the market and then going over those swing ideas that I talked about. We actually have a very short list for next week. That's the bullish list, and here's the bearish list. Both watch lists were copied and pasted into the description of the video, so you can just copy and paste them yourself and you wouldn't have to type them up from scratch. If you find benefit in today's video and you'd like to help support the T3 Live channel, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps us out a lot. If you have any questions for us, email us, info@t3live.com. Again, info@t3live.com. The market had an unbelievably strong reversal last week. It was bearish until it wasn't. So it was downtrending. I was short the market, as you know, but I covered it already. I made very little, but I was up 7K on 450 shares of the Qs. So I give back most of that. But at any rate, gapped up on, so that was Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, on Tuesday. And we need to take out 420 cents. No, 401.20. 401.20 to be all out bullish again. Okay? So that's kind of the line in the sand on the Qs is 401.20. We take it out, then at that point in time there is no reason to be even remotely bearish. Okay, the SPY is even more bullish. The SPY is almost at the all-time high. The IWM remains very weak. IWM has been really doing its thing, I mean, sideways the whole year, in a world of its own, the whole year. Okay, if you bought it maybe at the beginning of the year you would have made money, but at any time after the first month or so, it's been just flat the whole year. So I wouldn't follow the IWM so much. I would just go with the Qs and the SPY. The SPY is a bit more bullish, but doesn't look very much different from the Qs. And the Qs would just need to break out over 401.20. Okay, and then the bias, if that happens, would be all out bullish. So we talked about how the weeklies held ever since we retested it after the March bottom. So the first time was, I think, September, maybe, yeah, September 20th. Every single time it worked. And this time was no exception. But, as I said, we still need to clear 401.20, okay? If we come back down and break under the base here, that would be bearish. But, you know, I would not short the market if that were to happen. It'd be bearish under 320, 392, 393. It'd be bearish, but I still wouldn't short it. There's no setup anymore. Okay, so the expectation for next week is that the market is going to be bullish. All right, on to the swing ideas. We got FLR. I had it on last week's list, but it didn't trigger. So I still like it as a longer term trade. Notice the monthly transition A. So it ended the downtrend that started 2014, ended the downtrend, and now is going back up. Looks higher to 40. Looks really higher to 40. I like it over about 25.08, or over the recent base on the daily chart is okay too. I like it. I would say over 24.40 or so. Stop, I would give it plenty of room to 21.26. You know what this reminds me of, which I hope you took. It was on last week's video. It was in last week's video on last week's watch list. CN. And I told you how much I liked it because it budged. It did not budge with the market. It bucked the market. The market dropped. It based. So that triggered, we played it as a swing play in the newsletter and as an earnings play, meaning I got in it also, I added 320 shares the day before earnings, and then it gapped up 15-16%. So that was beautiful. Still looks higher. This is a long-term play. As I showed you in last week's video, it's breaking a 20 plus year base, and maybe eventually heads back up to retest the all-time high, which is at around $1,000. Now, I'm probably not going to hold it to 1,000, but really there is no resistance at the bare minimum to like 150 on CN. So I like it as a long-term play. Okay, but that triggered already last week. Okay, so hope you were able to get it. Okay, that was talked about it on the weekend. It looked like so. Triggered maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday. I think probably Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday is when it triggered. All right, that's the CN. The FLR looks similar. Not as good, but similar. FULC, not very good. Look at that breakout failure, by the way. Wow. Isn't it amazing? The breakout failure over here. What looks good about it is the monthly. Right at that 20 MA. So I like it on the monthly. I also like it on the weekly, as long as we take out 1633. Okay, if we take out 1633, then I think it'd be okay to play with a stop. There are two places to place the stop. One would be under the hourly base, right here. Okay, around 1475, or if one wants to use a wider stop, 1219. Okay, under 1219. That's the FULC. JXIN. No, JXN. 3 letters, JXN. Beautiful daily, really bullish. Better hourly, I would say. So it's an hourly based breakout. Over the highs, stop under 3760 as an hourly based breakout. LEN also triggered last week, but still looks higher if you're not in it. It didn't go very far. Triggered over that red bar. It's a 1, 2, 3. So for the newsletter, and still looks higher. That's why I included it in this week's video also. Over the hourly base, stop under it. Okay, on the LEN. MTCR is a transition A breakout. So over the base, which is about $1.80 something, 80 or so. I thought no, it's $1.47. The target is about $1.80 something, $1.84. So over the base long, stop under it, and target about $1.84. Okay, not my favorite, but it's a pretty chart. It's a pretty daily breakout. If you're a subscriber, you want to see what I picked, feel free to log on to your account. Obviously, I'm not going to play every item on my watch list, but I picked 4, I think. Okay, I picked 4. PDBC did a spin-off, I think, but it looks good on the hourly chart. Hourly base breakout. So over the base, stop under it. Okay, so what I normally do is I find if the base is tight, I find the highest point in the base, and that would be the entry just above it, and then the stop would be under the red bar's low, Thursday's low, which is 1537. No target on this. I mean, it has room to $19. I don't think it's gonna get to $19, but really has no resistance above. UNP, similar to the JXN, on the hourly at least. It's a daily base breakout or an hourly base breakout. See it over the base, stop under it. I had a call on the CSX, and it over here as a long, and it didn't trigger, so I canceled the play. But it's back up, so I'm watching it, but it's not quite ready. What reminded me of the CSX is the UNP. They're both railroad stocks. Okay, all right, now on to the bearish list. I told you, very short list for this week. ATUS it's got to be the weakest stock in the country. I mean, it's one of them. Super weak. Looks lower still. It's at all-time low. It's not going to be one of the ones that I picked for tomorrow, but just a heads up. But it looks okay. Under the base right here, stop above it. So under the Thursday's low, which is 1478, stop over 1524 on the ATUS. CD looks better to me. It's a sell setup, plus a base breakdown on the hourly chart. So short under under 6.95. Actually 6.99, just under that base on Friday. Stop over 7.80. So under 6.99, stop over 7.80, and target about 5.50, 5.40. Okay, on the CD. CURV is a 1, 2, 3, so short under this bar's low, stop above it. It's just a plain old 1, 2, 3 pattern. NCNO is a sell setup pattern, short under 54.60, stop over 57.44. Target the prior low in that area around $47 on the NCNO. NVEI is a 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. So bar 1 is the igniting bar, bars 2 and 3 are the narrow range bars, and if we break under the lows of both bars 1 and 2, or bars 2 and 3, then that triggers the 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. So I like it short under 58.22, stop over 66.63, and target the prior low, okay, which is about 43.20. TOST, TOST, is a 1, 2, 3 after a sell setup. So when you have a rally back down to a declining 20, that's called the sell setup. If you have an uptrend and a pullback towards the rising 20, that's called the buy setup. So that's actually a counter rally right there to the decline. That's a sell setup. But if you have an igniting wide range red bar and you have it followed by a narrow range bar, that's a 1, 2, 3. So this is a play on a play, or a play inside of a play. So you have a 1, 2, 3 setup inside of a sell setup pattern. Like it short under $36, the whole number. Stop over 38.30. That's a big stop, but that's the tightest, $2.30. And then the target would be about 32.20. Notice the stock moves a lot. Actually, take a look. Just a month ago or so, was at $70, $69.93. Today it's at 37. So this stock is pretty wild and looks toast to me. VRM is another 1, 2, 3 pattern. It reminds me a little bit of the ATUS. Okay, very, very weak. Base breakdown on the hourly chart. I like that battle bar right here, which is when you have a narrow range, narrow body. You see the body of that bar, very, very narrow, but the range of the bar is not narrow at all. So it's a big battle with no side winning. But if we break under it, it means the bears are winning. So I like it short under 11.80, stop over 12.80. Okay, and then no target on it since it's at all-time low. So you just have to manage it. A lot of times when I see multiple red bars in a row, I just go bar by bar. This way, meaning if it takes out the prior bar's high, I get out, because it means the stock has a lot of momentum, and once that momentum is breached or violated or broken, then I'm out. Okay, WOOF is a sell setup pattern. Short under this bar, it's like a sell setup plus a 1, 2, 3, but it's not a real 1, 2, 3. So short under 19.87, stop over 20.76, call it 20.80. So it's about $1, target about $18, the prior high. That's the general target for a sell setup pattern. Okay, so that's it for this week's video. Very short and sweet. I hope you found benefit in it, and as I said, if you have, please be sure to hit the like button. If you have any questions, reach out, info@t3live.com. And if you'd like to check me out, check out what I do, links in the description below. All right, best of luck with your trading next week, and I shall talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Ciao.